Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 8th round of this AOR Hyper Energy Season 16 Formula 4 League on the PC. We're here at Circuit Poul for the French Grand Prix as the small city of Le Castellet makes a reappearing on the F1 calendar after an absence of 28 years since its latest F1 Grand Prix back in 1990. This circuit has had multiple F1 moments in its history, as it has hosted no less than 14 Grand Prix in total since its opening in the 1970s. Even though it has hosted many Grand Prix before, it's making a debut on the AOR Hyper Energy calendar. Circuit Poul is located in the French province of Var. The legendary Michael Schumacher holds the record for the most French Grand Prix won, with 8 in total, although none of them on this track, with all his victories being on the legendary Magny-Cours circuit. The poor access and remote location of the track saw the spectator numbers decline, which saw the French Grand Prix disappear totally in 2028 due to the local motorsport association withdrawing its funding. At its reappearance here in 2018, it had 4 to 5 hours of exit time due to bad congestions outside the circuit. The tyres available for this Grand Prix are the Ultra Soft, Super Soft and Soft, with the wet tyres for this Grand Prix, as always, the intermediates and full wets. Expect to see the drivers qualify on the Super Soft tyres due to the high tyre wear on the track. Now for a new introduction for this season, Driver of the Day. You'll be able to vote for your favourite driver of the Grand Prix. It's currently only in beta for the top tiers, but we will hopefully see it available for the lower tiers within the next couple of weeks for the next Grand Prix. Now for a look at the 5.8 or 3.7 mile circuit with 15 corners, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, having 2 DRS zones and with the whole circuit set up for overtaking, having a technical but open sector 1, having a chicane on the long straight in sector 2, and having sector 3 mostly like sector 1, open but technical. And now let's have a look over here for the action directly as we see the drivers here in qualifying. Oh, I think we have a small technical problem here, not being able to go to the lobby and spectate it. Yep, I think we're looking at some small technical problems, unfortunately, at the moment. We will hopefully be able to see them resolved shortly. Yep. Yeah, I am stuck on the same loading screen as you are, presumably. Yep, yes. But yes, as we are seeing the track having its debut here on the AOR Hyper Energy calendar, what do you look at the track?
It's quite an interesting one, isn't it? You know, it was previously in previous F1, like 28 years ago, as you said. But now with the new 2018 cars and how high speed they can be, it's going to be quite interesting to see what the drivers can put on show. Obviously, they've got that long Mistral straight, which should be the main source of overtaking in today's race. And we've got lots of technical corners, like the first sector, lots of sweeping corners. So we should be seeing, a very interesting race in store. But
Yes,
for us to see that race, we have to get out of this lobby
yes,
screen.
we are
Quite annoying.
unfortunately experiencing technical issues. We're trying to get them resolved as fast as possible, but No, it happens sometimes. It's technology. You never know what can happen.
Yeah, unfortunately, not everything is 100% reliable.
No,
But I'm
unfortunately
trying to
not.
get some updates.
Yeah. As we were quite hoping to see the cars race around in qualifying right now.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone else is experiencing the same problem. I'm asking round.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea, as we want the race to be on as soon as possible. But
Okay.
yeah.
Eli's still going in qualifying.
Okay, so it looks
So
like.
so it's a commentator problem.
Yep, and it looks like.
Okay, so we've been told to Alt F4.
Yeah, that looks like that is what we will have to do. So yeah, we will hopefully be back with qualifying very shortly.
Have you got another invite?
No, not
Spare
yet.
invite.
You.
Okay. I can't invite you, so you're gonna have to ask for an invite from
Okay.
someone else. As a spectator, you're not allowed to invite,
Okay.
which kind of sucks. Especially if someone loses connection like Portex did last week.
Yes, so I will very shortly when I just get on here. Oh, I think I have an invite from Eli. Yep.
Nice.
It seems that I will be up and running very shortly with the Grand Prix and the
As long
qualifying.
as we're back for the latter part of qualifying, the most intense part, the qualifying you look forward to.
Yes,
Very end,
hopefully.
where it all spices up.
Yes, very, very hopefully. And as it looks like I am joining the game now.
I don't even know if it's wet or dry qualifying.
No, that will be very interesting to see, as we
It is a
don't have.
possibility in France.
Yes. As I'm apologizing for the very light intro of F1, but we got it solved. There we go. It looks like I am in the lobby now.
I'm rejoining myself.
Yep, as we are very sorry for the technical difficulties. It is unfortunately not something we can control. As you see here, the race, or sorry, the qualifying, as we have Johan Engberg getting disqualified here in qualifying. All within the time we weren't on it. So we don't know the causes of Johan Engberg getting disqualified, which will mean that he will be starting from last place, as we have currently Sir on professional pole with a 129.3.
Well, getting the score, but maybe he could. I mean, it's very easy to cut the corners here in France, but score 5 within 8 minutes. That's bizarre. Quite frankly, I'm not sure what's happened there. I'd probably just check Race Director and see what's happened. Maybe he was
Yes.
involved in a collision of some sort. I'll
Yes,
check.
that could be, as sometimes the game can be quite strict.
Parked in a dangerous location.
Oh, that could maybe have been because he had some malfunction of some sort. We don't know.
Whatever happened, it's not gone Johannesburg. So he's just joined the session now,
Yes.
so maybe he's been having some technical difficulties himself.
Yes, that could
Maybe
very
weren't
well
alone.
be. No, it could very well be. Unfortunately, technology is not 100% reliable, as we say, but most of the time it is. As we see here, Mob on what's looking to be a flying lap, coming around into Sector 3.
Scored his first points last weekend.
Yes, that's a race we unfortunately missed here on the channel.
Well, you missed it. I didn't.
Oh yeah, you were you commentating it? I don't know.
Yeah, I decided. Well, I didn't really have much else to do, to be honest. So I decided why not hop in and make up for the loss of the Spain stream where we covered F3 instead of F4. And hop instead of finishing.
As we have
Remember,
here.
he's lost again, so he definitely having some issues.
Yes, as we have Mob diving into the pit. As we have here some drivers trying to qualify on the soft tyres, and some of the ultra soft tyres, with only Return trying the super softs. So they're actually going for the hardest tyre instead of the middle tyre.
It's a very solid lap time from Return.
Yes, it is.
Really good. Yeah.
Yes, especially on the super soft, being surrounded with ultra soft runners.
Only being 2/10 of his teammate, who's fared better than himself than Return so far this season. That's a very solid lap time, and you know, if he starts in the front row, he's definitely got a chance of a race win.
Yes, coming into turn 1 and 2, which are very sharp corners, you will be able, with the hard braking, to maybe get past. As it looks like most of the drivers are preparing for a new lap, as most of them are diving into the pits on in laps.
Let's hope for no recreation of the Bottas Vettel incident that we saw in real life.
Yes, that is not something we want to see. We want to see clean racing.
Chaotic. It was a incredibly chaotic start in real life.
Yes, that you must say.
There was incidents all over the shop until the safety car got deployed. Hopefully we see a bit of a cleaner start. You know, incidents are quite interesting to look at, but you know, it ruins the race in real life, in my opinion. And hopefully, it doesn't ruin it here. But in the case of real, I'm getting a bit of incident. I'm having a bit of a trouble with Ryzen, so I might as well just get off board of that Sauber, who's actually in second place now. So Return
Yes.
has been demoted.
Has been pushed down to the second row, down into third position.
Still a good place to start, though.
Yes, as we here have Serdai coming round in sector 3.
Yep, Zerdai came first and second on his first 2 races. We're looking to carry on that momentum.
Yep,
He didn't set a lap time actually there, so...
No, he was on his out lap. As we...
No, he wasn't on his out lap. He actually set a 1:33.4 and got invalidated, so...
Oh, he probably went a bit too far over the white lines.
Yep. He left invalidated and he just backed off, but I think he's going for it once again here. It's very easy to do in France.
Yes.
Very easy to get your lap invalidated.
Yes, as the curbs are quite large, so it's easy to just go a bit too wide on them and get your lap time invalidated.
Yeah, they kind of invite you to take as much as possible.
Yes.
And like, you pay the price if you abuse them to an extent, and that's unfortunate what's happened to Zerdai, but he's carrying on his lap. Through turn 10, flat out in these 2018 cars, and now I think it's pronounced Labousse. This corner, it's double apex. You're turning as well as accelerating. Zerd actually improves once again.
Yes, a very good lap time from him, 1:29.1 on the ultra soft tyres, putting him even further up on pole position. He will certainly
got a bit of breathing room there.
Yeah, he will certainly be trying to hold that, as we have Serdai coming around to hopefully be able to set a time here and not get invalidated. As he sets
4th place.
Yes, with a 1:30.1. Oh, now
5th place now, so say.
Yeah.
But to be fair, considering the delta between the ultra soft and the soft, it's probably more than a second. To be within that second of Zerd's time is very solid from Zerdai.
Yes, it's a very good time he's at there.
If you want to start on soft, it's probably not worth participating in qualifying anymore.
No, he will probably be pitting now and just be seeing out the rest of the qualifying, hoping that he can stay up in 6th place.
Yeah, there is an array of drivers, 5 drivers, so you have to set a lap time. Hooper may drop that down to 4 as he's coming up towards the line now, and he puts his car 3rd place. 1:29.480 to his name. It's a very solid lap time from him. He's also on the ultra soft tyres. So yeah, four drivers without a lap time.
Yeah, as we have Marb giving some space there in sector 3, going a bit off the track. It looks like he's having some trouble with sliding around a bit. As he dives directly into the pits, it seems he has some trouble with the setup. As we have Richard B coming down into turn 1 for a lap time.
He just finished his lap time, actually.
Oh, he did? But it looks like he is he trying to improve it, as he looks like
No, he's backed out
oh
of
yeah,
it.
it's clear to see coming down into the next couple of corners that he has backed out of it. As I think most of the drivers are coming on an in-lap to prepare for the final dash at the end here, with Hooper going very wide in the entrance to sector 3.
Yeah, one last attempt to make that lap. Lap of dreams here in France. Zerd currently topples timesheets, but I think Ryzen might have something to say about that, and maybe Hooper as well. It could be a few more tenths to find, and maybe Return might be out of the equation for pole position if he's trying to start on those super soft tyres. Zerdai again, a decent lap from him, but he'll probably be wanting more.
Yes,
and there's still an array of drivers still yet to set times, including Kryzik's.
Yeah, as it currently seems like Robert is trying to get in front of everybody on the final lap here, trying not to get stuck in traffic by already going out on that lap now, with some traffic coming out of the pits behind him.
Yeah, it's worked out brilliant for Robert.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's gone wide. I think he's validated there. So
he's very much backing out of it. He will be taking it as a second out lap because he went very wide and got his lap invalidated. As it looks like we have Riank trying the same strategy a bit longer, or he could be on a second out lap.
He's on an out lap.
Yeah.
I think everyone's deciding to get out there.
Yeah.
Zerd leaving it a bit late. As his return, maybe they don't want to take part. I mean,
yes, it
the
could
lap
be.
time is about 1:30, so actually no, Zerd is actually come out as we speak. So
yeah, he's out on the track now.
Yeah, but everyone else, I think if people are still in the pits right now, I think that's qualifying over.
I think
that. Actually out of session now.
Yes, I think now is we have gone past the last call. If you're not out of the pits now, you will not be able to set a lap time. You'll not have time enough to get round the track.
Yeah. So the battle for pole is pretty much between Zerd and Ryzen.
Yeah. As both drivers are coming out now.
Zerd on the ultra soft tyres, as is Ryzen. It's a question if he want to go on board with the. I think Ryzen is further up the field, or further up the track, I should say. He's coming through turn 12 now.
He's coming through the last couple of corners, about to go out on his lap.
Smiles are going board with the Sauber, who's currently leading the championship after last, who was the championship leader. He got promoted to F3, so he joined Collis up there. So good luck to both of them. But Ryzen starting his lap now, his final lap of this qualifying session, going down towards turn 1. Nicely done then, a slight uphill before turn 2. Don't want to run too wide, so he doesn't do that. Now down towards turn 3. A little straight there before braking into turn 3. Now swooping turn 4 before a very sharp turn 5. Don't want to run too wide on an exit there, and he does now. Very straight turn 6, and he's run wide there. Flat out turn 7 onto the Mistral straight. And he's looks to be a decent lap so far. So he heads down towards turn 9, turn 8 and turn 9 I should say. Chicane splits two sides of the Mistral straight. And he gets his apex spot on there. No DRS for this mini straight, but he's going full attack here, as is Zerd, who's just started on the Mistral straight, but into turn 10, full commitment there for Ryzen. Into Labousse, double apex there, and he runs a bit wide there. That's not going to help him.
No,
it's very strange.
Yeah, I think I saw a fourth tyre go off, which could have invalidated it, but we don't know, as He is still going full attacking, coming through the last corner here, out on the straight. What can he produce of a lap time? Coming across the
Oh,
line.
he needs to improve. To rise and stays where he was.
Yeah, as we're now going ball with Third. How is he looking? Will he be able to put in a good enough lap time to maybe improve? As he is also coming through the last corner now.
Zerdai gets second place on super soft tyres. But what about Zerd though? Zerd comes up towards the line, he improves once again, it's a 1:28.9. And that is Zerd's first pole position of the season, no one can challenge him. The Haas man is on pole with Zerdai. Probably my driver of qualifying that on the super soft tyres get overthrowing Ryzen. He starts on the front row.
Yes, as that lap from Zerdai was very good just at the end, putting everything he could out in that car, trying to get the best time possible, doing it on the super soft tyres.
Yeah, and he's definitely in contention for a possible race victory here. Super soft tyres don't last too long, they're not very friendly with the track, I should say.
No, there is a lot of tyre wear on the track here.
Yeah, definitely. So the super soft tyres are probably the most ideal one to start on, and that's exactly what Zerdai has got his Williams to do. The classification then, Zerd and Zerdai, pretty similar names, thinking about it, make up your front row for the French Grand Prix. Ryzen and Hooper along behind them in third and fourth respectively. Return and Kryzik on his home Grand Prix in the Renault actually. So he'll be looking to get a good result. Big Boss and in seventh alongside Game Mode in eighth. Rink and Eli keep each other company. Kane and Robert in 11th and 12th with Richie B, Mob and Johan Emberg. The story of qualifying getting disqualified early on, rounding out your grid for the 2018 French Grand Prix.
As we'll now be coming on to the race, looking to see some interesting strategies as we have all the tyres lined up. And it's looking like it's a dry race, as we don't see...
It should be.
Yeah, it could be looking a bit overcast, but it is dry out there. As we'll be seeing all the tyres from the start being used. So the fielders is going to use the whole pallet, maybe, or probably. As the soft can go longer than any of the other tyres.
I have a technical issue.
Oh, what is?
I am racing.
Oh, that is not good.
No, it isn't. I'm gonna have to retire straight away.
Yes.
I don't. No, this is very interesting. I don't want to.
Nope. And as you can see,
This is not what I wanted to be in the position. I want to be looking at everyone doing their formation, not me doing it. I can't skip it, that's the thing. I'm gonna have to... I don't know what to do here. Thankfully I'm starting at the back of the grid.
I think...
And what else can happen in this crazy race? We've just had technical issues at the start, and now I'm racing.
Yes, that is a very interesting start, as it is. I don't think it's something that you'll be used to doing. Well, you could you could commentate and race at the same time. Just saying, but
yeah, but that would mean I'm ruining everyone's race because, well, I am. My wheel isn't connected, so
no, like if
I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be a threat. I might be a threat to take someone out, but that's exactly what I don't want to do.
What you do is on the start, just wait for the 5 red lights, go slowly off the line, and then just go way into somewhere where there's no chance of a safety car, and then just retire from the race. I think that is the only solution to this very weird technical problem.
Oh yeah, because a safety car.
Yes.
Right, can you go through the tyres, please?
Yes, as we have a thing we didn't get to do, as we have the whole palette of tyres, with Third starting on ultra soft, Third on super soft, Rice on ultra soft, Hooper on ultra softs, and then Return, Crysis, Big Boss, and Gamer Mode is also starting on the super soft. Then Rienk and Eli on the ultra softs. Then Kane on the soft tires in 11th place.
Ooh,
Then we
that's
have
very interesting.
then we have Robert, Richie, and Marb starting on the super soft. Johan Engberg on the soft tires. And as we don't want to see the 16th place drive in this race, we won't be.
Well, thankfully you're the one who's like getting the action on the stream, not me, because
Nope. That
you
is.
can watch it.
Yep. As we
You
hear.
might as well do the. You might as well do the start
Yep,
intro because I can't really do anything
No,
about
we
this.
come up to the 5 red lights. Serd will be trying to see it first on all these 27 laps.
So do I retire now or wait?
No, wait a bit. As it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's lights out and away we go down to turn 1 as Serd gets a great start compared to Third Eye as Return gets in front of Hooper on the start there as they almost go side by side with Serd getting a bit out of turn 1 as a couple of drivers are going wide there in turn 1 as we have some drivers down the field battling as there is some action going on down the middle there with that Robert and Richie B going side by side. Robert coming better out of that. Then going side by side with Rienk there on to the long straight there as Robert gets better out of it up into 9th place. As further down with the field we have Johan Engberg and Richie B also battling for some positions.
Yeah, Johan Engberg going side by side with Richie B, trying to hang it around the outside, turns the inside for the second part of chicane. And going side by side, he pushes Richie B off the track a little bit. That's going to hurt his momentum going down towards the swooping right-hander. They're going to go flat out side by side. They're still going wheel to wheel, but Johannesburg just about gets ahead of the Toro Rosso runs wide for good measure. But yeah, Zerd gets a perfect start, as did Zerd on the super soft tyre. You thought he might have had a tyre disadvantage on the slower tyres, but it managed to hold off Ryzen and Hooper. And yeah, Zerd with a perfect start. He's already extending its advantage and he's nearly outside of DRS range.
Yes, as he will be trying to get... Oh, he is already 1 second ahead, as he will be trying to keep that as much as possible before lap 3, as that is there when the DRS gets enabled, making you able to open that rear flap and get closer to the driver in front, as Richie B gets a 5-second stop go for speeding in the pit lane. He went into the pits for probably changing to a new front wing because he got it damaged. And the same with Marb also just getting a 3-second time penalty already for corner cutting.
Ouch.
Yes, as Richie B both gets the penalty of having to change front wing and a 5-second stop go.
Richie B comes out on the soft tyres. We'll be looking to go as far as possible in today's race. Everyone seems to be filing into their respective positions. Zerd out in front, gaining away from Zerd Ayus.
As we have
rising on scale a little bit.
Marb and Eli fighting for 13th position.
Yes, they are. Eli in his home Grand Prix looking to impress Marb.
Yeah.
Darting to the right and to the left to try and defend his position from the Red Bull.
Yep, as they go very close. Coming here.
Well, Eli tried dive into the boost. Thought about it.
Will just a little bit. They are side by side, but not enough to punt each other off the track. Luckily.
Going to give Eli an incentive to get past, is it? No, I think Eli's a bit too far back. But Marb creating his own track here. He's not really taking the ideal lines. Eli will be probably a bit frustrated behind him. Down in 13th position. There's a long way to go though in today's race, so no real risks need to be taken as such as look at Hooper and Return, and make that three-way train with Big Boss closely tucked in behind these two. Hooper trying to close in on Ryzen, but he's failing to do that. And Return thought about it on the inside of turn 5, but thought better of it. But he'll probably get a better chance down the Mistral straight with that dose of DRS, which has proved so effective, especially in the Oceania races. Return has it to his use right now. He's gaining all over the tail of Hooper. He'll pull out to the inside. Hooper with no real defense. as they're going to go side by side, but I think Return just has the edge. Hooper will try and fight back to the second part of chicane. Return has that place. He's up to 4th place. I think he was going to fight it back here. Is he? Yes, he is. And look at Big Boss as well. Look, he's trying his best, but there's no room there. They're still side by side. Hooper with a little bit of an edge. Return has to hang it around the outside. I think that's a brilliant move by Return, but can he keep it though? Hooper's still diving his nose there.
Yes, he can. He's able to hold it through. As Big Boss comes from behind and they touch just a slight bit there. Hooper's going off track out on the blue rumble strip there. As we have those two drivers still battling as Crysik's come from behind on Big Boss there. Oh, as Big Boss lost a bit of his front or right end plate. Coming down the main straight here as we have Robert trying to overtake Gamer Mode.
Look at this 5-car situation within a few meters of each other. This is great racing so far.
Yeah, Big Boss gone straight off the track. Trying to rejoin as safely as possible.
They're taken to the various layouts of the circuit.
Yeah.
Kane gets past him as that's Hooper struggling a little bit. Game mode is all over his tails. When I go around the outside of turn 5, there's no room there, son. Hooper looks like he's struggling a little bit. Maybe he had contact with Crysik's, but Return has pulled away massively from this gap. As does Crysik's, but Hooper under all sorts of pressure from the Mercedes of Game mode with Robert. On the tail, there's 2 Ferraris swap positions as well, but here we go then. Game mode on the inside of Hooper. Can he get overtaken twice in 2 laps at the same time? Yes.
Yep, as Gamer Mode's come past. What about Robert? Can Robert go past? Maybe down the straight here. The second part of the straight. Slots in the slipstream. But he's not able to get past.
Looks likely. Oh, look how much he's gaining. Hooper must have sustained some front wing elements.
Oh, as they touch a little bit. Oh, that will probably be taken to the stewards after the race, as that didn't look like a clean move.
It's a bit argy-bargy stuff, as you could say. But Robert moves himself up into 7th place. Back to the front then, it is Zerd with 1.5 second advantage to Zerdai, who's actually pulled away. He streaked away from Ryzen. 2.5 seconds is the gap between 2nd and 3rd as Hooper decides to come into the pits. So yeah, he must have stayed some front wing damage, and that's why he was struggling so much. Return, actually, he's been saying a good lap times after he dispatched off the McLaren of Hooper, I should say, and now he's within DRS range of Ryzen. So is Ryzen struggling a little bit here on the ultra soft tyres?
He could be, because after 5 laps plus the qualifying laps, those tyres could be quite beaten up due to the high speed and high tyre wear nature of this track.
Oh, Johan Emberg's had problems. Been overtaken by his teammate and now has got past him as well as Game Mode and Robert have swapped places. A clean pass on the Mistral straight. The DRS proving its effectiveness, but Robert gets a tank snapper on the exit of that chicane, and Game Mode could have another say. He's a bit too far back on this occasion. No
as we have Return actually trying to overtake Rice, and they're very close together after the missile straight.
Oh, he's going to try it. Oh, he thought about it down the inside of Labuse, but thought better of it as Game Mode and Robert swap positions once again down the inside of Labuse. Mercedes breaks at stick, but the Force India trying to hang it down the inside. That's a McLaren going off of Kane. And they're still going wheel to wheel. As Mercedes, a bit of wheel banging there between the 2 cars. Is Robert going to try and set up the inside? Yes, he is. That's a very aggressive dive bomb there on the penultimate corner. But he makes the move stick on the Mercedes. Robert up into 6th, but will Game Mode fighting back? He's a little bit too far back. Kane, though, might be having a say on things on soft compound tyres.
Yep, coming from behind into turns 1 and 2. He'll be trying to stay very close, but Robert gets a 3-second time penalty. Not something you want to get so early in the race.
Well,
as we also have Marb getting a time penalty.
Look at Return though, look how close he is to the back of that Sauber. Merely car lengths between them. As Rising defense for all his might, but Return, the DRS proving its effectiveness, I should say. Once again, he gets past before the braking zone, does Haasman. Up into the podium places goes Return. It's now 1-3 for Haas. Kane overtakes Game Mode as well.
Yes, as it looks like Return will be flying away from from Ryson. Looks like he was holding him up quite a bit there. As Return is setting some good lap times on the super soft tyres, proving, as I said, to be maybe the optimal tyre to qualify on.
Yep, and if you look at the battle up front, that's probably proving how the Ultrasofts are really crying enough, especially on Zerd's car, getting a lot of shape on the penultimate corner.
Yeah, will
He's
he
surely going to
dive
dive
into
into
the
pits
pit?
on this lap.
Yeah,
Yep.
he is. As we have now Serdai getting the lead now.
Yep.
You're entering
Rising also
lap
pits
7.
as well.
Yeah, on the super soft tyre. Oh, sorry, the ultra soft tyres. Very understandably.
Yep, so they'll filter down the field. Zerd crucially comes out ahead of Ryzen before he makes his stop, and now Zerd will probably come out in P10.
As we have Joan Engberg getting another penalty for multiple warnings for the corner cutting, which is really not something you want to get.
No, not at all, especially considering the congested pack here in the Grand Prix, like how close drivers are pace-wise. A 3-second penalty will tumble you down the timing sheets.
Yeah. With most of the drivers being within 1 second of each other, as Hooper gets a penalty. But if we say that all the drivers get a penalty, there is really no harm done there.
No, you're fucking sector 2. That's 4. Big Boss and Johan Emberg have swapped places. It's looked a bit strange to me.
Yes.
They've lost out big time to game mode, where they were right behind.
Yes, it looks
The
like Johan
Ferraris might
Engberg.
have come into
Oh, sorry,
contact.
yeah, it looks like Big Boss is struggling a bit currently.
Yeah, definitely. He looks to have accumulated some front wing damage once again on his Ferrari. It's really hampered his race, being on the super soft tyres and accumulating front wing damage. Mob is now within closing range of that Ferrari.
Yeah, I think he will be diving into the pits on this lap to probably change a front wing. Or not.
Are you
No,
right?
he's
No, you're not.
trying to continue on, even though he's looking to struggle quite a bit.
Yep, it's the nature of the drivers. They want to just carry on and fight for the minor scrappings that Big Boss will find himself in. He's sandwiched between his teammate and Mob for the time being. And he'll try and limper on with that damaged front wing and maybe change it in his scheduled pit stop.
Yes, that is probably what he's going to be doing. As we have Kane getting very close to Robert.
Very close, he's going down the inside.
Dives it down the inside, he gets the move done just after the braking zones. There's some yellow flags in sector 2.
Oh, Returns had trouble. Returns had
yes.
major trouble there. He's down into 5th place.
Yes, it
What
looks
has
like he
happened?
was... It could have been that he took one of the wrong lines through that corner, as it's very easy to do.
Don't think he's picked up any front wing damage, so it must have been maybe a spin?
Yes,
Maybe he was too aggressive on the throttle. Whatever happened, it's not worked out well for Return, who's dropped behind Kryzik's Kane. He's lost a load of time. He was in 2nd place comfortably from Kryzik's, and now he's 5th place. But he should be able to claw back some time on the guys in front of him, especially considering they're in a battle of their own. Roberts still getting close to Kane, who wasn't able to pull away from the Force Indian man after passing him the last lap. Yeah, Zerd is starting to pick up the pace now on those soft compound tyres. He's getting closer to Mob in 9th position.
Yes, and he will certainly be trying to go to the end on those, which is 100% possible.
Yep, he has to clear that traffic as soon as possible if he wants any chance of winning the race. Zerdai has got lots of clear air and will have maximum attack to make the most of those super soft tyres before he eventually darts it into the pits.
Yeah, as we have here Surd going easily round, that would be Mob, and now trying to catch up to Big Boss in 8th position.
That should be easy pickings for Zerd, especially with that accumulated front wing damage for Big Boss, so yeah, probably a sitting duck wherever Zerd decides to make his mark. As got a bit of a battle here for second place here. Cryzix is within touching distance for Kane, who's equally under all sorts of pressure from Robert in fourth, with return a little bit further back. Maybe his tyres need a few more laps to get warmed up again. Looks like Robert's going to dive into the pits.
Robert dives it directly into the pits as you say that. As Kane is trying to catch up to Cryzix for second place.
Yeah.
As we have Serdai just gone off into the distance with a 9.1 second gap down to Cryzix. As we also had Big Boss going into the pits.
Yep, he's probably changing that front wing.
Yeah, which means that Serd is now up into 7th place.
Yeah, Big Boss will tumble down the order. I think he's going to be last place as Robert picks himself another penalty. He's just pitted.
Yes, very, very unfortunate for him, as it is really, really not something you want to have. Now 2 penalties for him, as Richie B gets another penalty as well.
Watch out for the battle for second place. Kane. Yeah. Look how close he is to that Renault. Was unsuccessful on the Mistral straight. You can see return in the background. A bit lingering 2 seconds behind this battle, but Cryzix on super soft tyres compared to the soft tyre stricken McLaren. And yeah, Kane seems to be putting a lot of pressure on Cryzix. Maybe his tyres have had enough. Will Zerdai dive into the pits on this lap? No, he doesn't. He's carrying on for another lap. Cryzix, yeah, he's definitely seems to be struggling here. And Kane will probably try to take full advantage of that.
He could be pitting now. No, he's continuing on. As Kane comes
returns pitting.
Oh, return is into the pits now. As Kane down into turn 1 with the DRS down the inside, makes an easy pass on Cryzix there. As he's already 4 4/10 of a second in front.
Feels like heavyweight versus flyweight, to be honest. Kane had so much more grip down the inside of turn 1, and Cryzix was a sitting duck for that McLaren and moves himself up into second place in today's race on the soft tyres, remember. So he's going to go long and then maybe dart onto the soft tyres at the end. So he'll be one to watch out for, as long as he can keep it together. He's already pulling away quite significantly on Cryzix, already outside of DRS range.
Yeah, as we have Robert here coming up behind Hooper with DRS and the slipstream on the Mistral straight. Down the inside. Yeah.
Can't do anything about that.
No, as he goes down the inside there and then through the chicane.
He'll set off into distance, trying and get Ryzen behind his Force India. Zerd is really close to the back of game mode as Zerdai comes into the pits finally.
Yeah, let's see where it pans out for him.
Zerd's trying to down the inside of the penultimate corner, on game mode. Will he keep around the outside?
Yeah,
into the final corner, he's done it.
Does he get the position?
Game mode.
Yes, he does, as game mode goes into the pits. As there we have Zerdai still in the pits, as Zerd will now be in a net first position, as the gap to the leader is only 10 seconds, which he will be able to catch in a single pit stop, as they have not gone into the pits yet.
No, but expect first and second to go longer in this race on those soft compound tyres. The ideal pit stop range is probably around lap 20 for those guys, so Zerd will have to clear at least one of the guys, Johan Emberg, who's only 3 seconds up the road for the Haasman. Zerdai 4.5 seconds behind Zerd, but on 5 lap younger tyres. It's going to be very interesting to see who'll come out on top between Zerd and Zerdai. Cryzix also coming to the pits on that lap and he's behind return. So by going longer, Cryzix has been undercutted by return.
Yes, as he will now be trying to catch back up to return and overtake him, as we have Eli getting a 3-second time penalty. Very unfortunate for him at his home Grand Prix as well.
Nice to see there's been no official DNFs. You know, you do count my DNF, but that's very unfortunate how that transpired. But we're back, and I'm able to capture the race.
Yes.
I don't really know why, what caused it.
No, it's
Must have
very...
been something to do with the settings or something.
Yes, very strange technical issues as we have gamer mode catching up to Richie B lap by lap, with Richie B on 10 laps old soft tyres and game mode on a whole new set. As we also have Chrysix still trying to catch up as much as possible to return in 8th place.
Yep, return, trying to keep the Frenchman in the French car at bay. You know, we're looking to get a great result for his home crowd.
Yep, that
Pretty
is
sure
certainly.
everyone watching would like to cheer, or everyone watching in the grandstands about it being fake. You know, just imagine them cheering him on.
Just imagine all of the fans sitting there hoping for him to get up the field.
Yeah, I'm looking at it in chat now, and Hayden, I think if Zerd wins this race, should be legally bound to rejoin the Discord. I won't go into details on what happened there, because this is a Peggy 3 stream. So, anyway, we're getting back to the action, and Return still ahead of Chrysix. Chrysix unable to get past Return on that occasion, and look how much they're gaining on Hooper. Hooper's on 8 lap old soft tyres compared to 2 and 1 for Return and Chrysix, so
Yep,
not really surprising that they're gaining at a dramatic rate of knots.
Yeah, they are coming very fast from behind. As Hooper stays out, of course, as he has made his first pit stop, but he will maybe be looking to make a second.
He has to be Sebastian Vettel Bahrain levels of conservative with his tyres if he wants to make those to the end. Because soft tyres only last around 20 laps at most, and he's going to have to go with a few laps more to make that stint work. And he's all over the tail now. Return is all over the tail now of Hooper.
Yep, as they come down the Mistral Straight.
Turn the DRS. I think he's a bit too far back on this occasion to try, but is he going to dart down the inside?
He just marks in the mirrors that he's there, but he'll certainly be trying into turn 11 with the full speed coming from behind and the slipstream. So will Chrysix maybe on Return? Or is he too far back? As we have,
Return's going to try down the inside.
As he doesn't make the move stick there.
No, he doesn't. Is he going to try to clear out Labuse?
Yep.
Yes, he is. Can he make the move stick? Hooper with the outside line turns to the inside line for turn 12. Return that's going to go a long way around. There's no real room around the outside. Then he gets squeezed off, and this is going to invite Chrysix to have a look. Oh, there's no room. There's Return and Hooper still going full beams. Who's come out on top of this battle? Return with the inside line for the final corner, and I think he'll have the job done. Will he? No, he won't. Hooper will try and fade back and tucks into the Haas' slipstream. DRS for the McLaren, who pulls out to the inside line, going down towards turn 1. Chrysix also in this battle as well. Head down through turn 1 and turn 2. Return to keep it down the inside. They're still going wheel to wheel. Here comes Chrysix now. 3 wide going down towards turn 3. There's no room for 3 cars. As there's a bit of contact there, Hooper tries to hang it around the outside. Return's done it, I think, down the inside. He won't get the best line out of turn 5, but I think Return, yes, he's got it done for the time being, but he won't have the DRS. Hooper has the DRS advantage, as does Chrysix now, as he heads down towards the Musa Straight for the second time. In this battle, Hooper and Chrysix looking to be going side by side. I think they're a bit too far back to challenge Return. Into the chicane we go now, and Chrysix makes a clean move round the outside on Hooper.
As Hooper gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting the corner, but he will still be trying to battle for 8th position. Going side by side with Chrysix.
And he can't make the move stick, unfortunately. Chrysix shuts the door. going into the booster as Kane decides to come into the pits. So maybe I was wrong with my estimates of soft
Yes,
tires. Look at, look at Zerd.
Yep, third up into second place now.
Yeah,
And
maybe
he has overtaken Johan Engberg, and he is now in first position of this race. And he'll be going to the end on those soft tires. And with third eye being 3.9, almost 4 seconds behind him.
Yep, Zerd has gained a little bit on Zerd. I don't think enough to challenge him. It's all going to be down to penalties, I think.
Yes.
Who wins this Grand Prix? I don't think either of them have accumulated any penalties. Zerd is on 2 warnings, so 1 more, and that's a strike for him. Zerd both of them actually have 2 warnings to the name, so
they'll have to be very careful on not running over the curbs too much.
Extremely careful, yes. They've still got this 3-car train. Make that 4 cars as... No, that's actually a lap car. No?
No,
game mode
those
and ring
are-
or something is it instead, sorry.
Yep, that is a 4-car train we have here for...
Yeah, it is a 4-car train. Kane's in this as well.
for 6th position.
Kane has previously pitted on that last lap and he's on super soft tyres, which are brand new. So he should be looking to dispatch off these guys very shortly.
Yep, he will be trying as much as he can to get past. That's Johan Engberg pits, and that brings Serda up to 2nd position.
And rising up to 3rd.
Yep.
Robert on his tail though, only a few seconds behind the Sauber man is Rienk. Now gets his name on the penalty board. Look at this, returning Kreisix.
Kreisix gets past him into turn 1 with the DRS, and that means that Kreisix, the Frenchman in the French car, is in 5th position, but there's some yellow flags.
Rings in the wall.
Rings in the wall. Oh yes, he is. That is correct. As he'll be trying to get around out on the track, as he is missing the whole left side of his front wing. That is not something you want to do, and he will certainly be pitting at the end of this lap.
As Kane back to the battle and for 5th place, Kane's going to dart to the inside. No, Return's going to dart to the inside on the chicane. No change of positions there. Return thought about it. Kane thought about it. No room for 3 wide into that corner. Now they're heading down the second part of the Mistral straight there. As Big Boss and Eli are swinging positions, but Return under pressure now from Kane. Is Kane going to dart down the inside into the Bousse? I think he's going to try it, and I think he's got that job done and dusted. Yes, he has. He makes his move on the Haasman up into 6th place now. He will try and assert his position on Kreisix and trying and put him under pressure and make the most of his new super soft tyres and get past that Renault. Will he get past him on the start finish straight? I think he's a bit too far back on this occasion. But yeah, back to Rieng though. I caught the latter stages of that, and I think he might have been involved in contact with Johan Engberg. You know, you see the pit lane next to it is very straight. It comes onto the racing line.
Yes, so that could be.
Maybe Johan Engberg came out and Rieng didn't see him until late, because he's on the racing line himself, and you just saw a scarlet red blur as he was sent into the wall. That's my theory behind it. I think I doubt he lost it by himself on the main straight.
Yes, as we
Anyway,
here have
Kane
going past Kreisix into the chicane here, even before the braking zone. As we will have Kreisix trying to come back with the slipstream.
Look at Ryzen and Robert. Robert's gained a heap of time on Ryzen.
Oh yes, he has.
3 lap softer tyres. Ryzen seems to be struggling a little bit.
Yes, on those 11 laps old soft tyres, which will maybe be making Sir a bit worried, as he's also on now 12 laps old soft tyres, and if Ryzen's already struggling.
Yeah, the gap out in front is now down to 2.4 seconds.
Yeah, we
Leave
could
that
be
with you
set.
there.
We could be set for a great battle towards the end.
Yep, hang on to your horses, folks. We could be in for a climatic end to this French Grand Prix. We've got a battle for first place. We've got a battle for third place. We've got a battle for fifth place, which is still raging on between Kane and Kryzik's. Return, unfortunately, dropping out of that battle, and Hooper is pretty much gone. I could be under pressure from Johan Emberg in a few laps' time as he dispatches of game mode in the Mercedes. But yeah, back to the battle for third and fourth. Look at this, Roberts trying the outside, now trying the inside to the chicane, and he gets past before the braking zone. There's Roberts, the new guy to the league in the Force India, replacing the former championship leader of Collis.
Yep, as he's already up into third place. Already up on the podium here.
Remember, he does have a few penalties for his name. Ryzen does not.
No, so that means that he will be put right down the field after this race has ended with his penalties accumulated.
Just took the words right out of my mouth there. Yeah, Robert's going to have to be very careful if he wants to pick up. If he wants any chance of third place in today's race, he's going to have to hope that Ryzen picks himself a few more penalties up, or maybe Robert can streak away. Very unlikely to gain at least 6 seconds. He's picked up 6 seconds at least to his name. But he's got 8 laps to it, so you never know.
As you know, it is not over until the fat lady sings. So Ryzen anything can happen to Ryzen before this race has ended.
Got Ehrenberg setting his name on the fast lap board.
Yeah.
In 8th position, trying to claw back some points in today's race. DNF in Canada, didn't score any points.
As we have
in
Huber
Monaco
for Ultrasoft, but yeah, back to talk about John Engberg.
Be looking to get some good points on the board after 2 pointless races, where he would have been feeling very disappointed indeed. Trying to get, he's 4.5 seconds behind the turn, and with fresher tyres, could be seeing that Ferrari make his way up the field somewhat. 8 laps to go of 27 here in the French Grand Prix, with Zerd staying out in front for the majority of this race, but Zerdai is slowly starting to reel him in. 1.9 seconds now is the gap between first and second.
Slowly but surely catching him, as we have Kryzik's getting close to Kane, down in 5th position.
Yes, definitely. Kane hasn't been able to pull away as much as he would have liked to from Kryzik. Kryzik still having a sniff here and there, but with the tyre disadvantage, it's not really likely he's going to cause that much trouble for Kane, as Richie B picks himself up another penalty in today's race.
Yes,
Race forget the Toro Rossos, I would assume.
Yes, as they are in the last and second to last place. As we have Big Boss dispatching gamer mode down.
Gamer's in the pits.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that. Putting on the Ultrasoft tyres.
Yep, he'll look to probably set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, as will Hooper. Actually, Hooper's actually in 11th place. Bit far off Mob. Someone who isn't far off anyone. Kryzik still within DRS range of that McLaren. And still trying to use as much curb as possible on that middle straight to get the best turn in for that tricky chicane. But yeah, still within closing range, but you know, he's going to have to force the mistake of Kane if he wants any chance of retaking that 5th spot on track and off track with penalties. We'll have to wait and see, because there's too many penalties that's been happening in this race. I can't really keep count.
No, it is hard to keep count when people are unfortunately getting so many penalties, just as we saw in Spain as well.
Yeah. And we've got Austria next, which won't really help our causes. Austria renowned for not having a lot of corners and for being able to accumulate a lot of penalties as well.
As we have Serdai within a second of third, this is going to be a battle for first position going right down to the line.
You're right, Zerd is not in a comfortable position here. Tense moments for the British house driver as Zerdai starts to reel him in. He won his first race in Monaco. He then came runner-up in Canada thanks to penalties, and now he'll be aiming to replicate his Monaco performance and take that elusive 25 points for his championship tally. He could technically be in contention for the World Championship, as Lass and Collis, who was streaking away in the championship, have both left. But yeah, Zerd, at this stage, will take the championship lead, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he's 13 points behind Ryzen. And at this stage, he would get 13 points more than him, so they'll be actually level on points. But saying that, Zerdai could dispatch of him any second now as game mode adds to his collection of penalties.
Yeah, very unfortunate for him in this race.
Yeah, back to the battle for lead. 1 second now the gap. Zerda managed to pull a little bit. Can he pull out the DRS range of 4? The detection point, which I'm pretty sure comes up at the exit of this corner right now, turn 6.
As we had John Engberg overtaking return down in 7th position.
Yes, he has, and Zerdai does have that DRS. As Zerd pulls out to the inside to defend, not giving any slipstream whatsoever.
No, he doesn't want to risk Serdai catching up to him.
He is
As we also
asserting
have,
his authority, you could say, on that first position. He's
we also
like
have
going
Kane
inside.
overtaking Rysan.
Yes, you're right. Ryzen seems to be tumbling down the order now. His soft tyres really seem to be struggling here. We try again on Kane. He's a lot closer to the McLaren. Through the turn 10, sweeping right-hander and into Labose. No, Kane gets past him now. Ryzen tucks in behind and will try and hold Kryzix at bay in 6th position. But Johan Eberg, as you said, getting past return in 7th position. So that's one car he's able to dispatch off. Can he catch Kryzix? Maybe he could get a nice 5th place.
Yes, maybe, if he really puts on the power now.
Then again, penalties do come into play, so maybe he can get 5th place on the track, but who knows? It could be 15th.
Yes,
due to penalties, we don't know. Yeah, look at this battle. Look at the battle for the lead once again. Zerd and Zerdai.
Yep.
Haas and Williams separated by 5/10 of a second. This could be a change of leadership. Look how defensive Zerd is going to the inside. Zerdai getting into the slipstream, getting the DRS, ERS up to full. He's going to have to go the long way around the Meestal straight to Kane. And he makes the move stick that goes too deep.
Ooh.
He outbreaks himself, and Zerd says, thank you very much. I'll retake that first place of mine. And Zerdai has to settle back in, regain his composure, and go again.
Yep,
Whew.
as Serdai's now outside the DRS range, but he'll be trying to catch up to him in Sector 3.
Zerd survives the first attack, you could say. There's 3 laps to go after he crosses the line.
Yep, everything can happen now.
And over, the fat lady sings. I think that's the first time I actually said that in this season, so that's a first.
Yeah.
I don't want to be singing your quotes and then again, but for Zerd's case, this is definitely a... Oh, I can't remember. The phrase has alleviated me.
Oh.
But yeah, he's definitely going to have to give this 110% if he wants to get past.
Yep,
Well,
actually
past,
no,
stay
it is
behind.
not over until the fat lady sings. Anything can happen.
And it usually does. In Formula 1, it usually does. Apart from rain.
Yes.
Rain never happens, and
No.
it hasn't happened today.
Well, there's gonna be rain, and then the rain comes off the Grand Prix. Isn't that what happens always?
Yeah, I was seeing the podium ceremony, and I just start tipping it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to the battle for the lead. Zerdai is so much closer than he's ever been before. Will Zerd defend to the inside? No, he won't. Zerdai is invited to the inside line. Can he take the lead of the French Grand Prix?
as they go side by side.
Tries to fight it into the second part of the chicane. He forced him to a place he doesn't want to go, but Zerd will now tuck into the slipstream of the Williams. But I think Zerd has got that move done and adjusted. Yes, he has.
Yep, and with
No chance to fight back for
Zerd
Zerd.
on newer tyres than Zerd, so he'll be trying to press himself away as much as possible.
Yeah, great move from the great wheel-to-wheel battling there. They kept it clean, and it was bold, it was brave, it was beautiful from Zerdai, and he takes the lead of the French Grand Prix with 2 laps remaining. Still more battling going on. Look at the battle for 4th place. Kane, Ryzen, Kreisix, and Johan Emberg. All 4, 5, 6, and 7 going into the complex's penultimate and final corner. In very close congestion here. Ryzen has been overtaken on the previous lap by Kane. And Kreisix looking to get past a Sauber, but the Ferrari of Johan Emberg is probably the quickest guy in this bunch.
Yep, on the fresher tyres, only 9 lap old super soft tyres, with Rysan being on 19 laps old soft tyres, really struggling on them at the moment.
Yeah, Zerdai is comfortably in the lead now. He's probably going to win this Grand Prix. Ryzen, though, under pressure from Kreisix, even with DRS. Kreisix seems to be gaining on the Sauber. Can he get past? No, he can't. He has to tuck in once again. I think if Ryzen can stick within that 1 second to get that DRS from Kane, I think he might be A-OK. Because if he has DRS, and so does Kreisix, it kind of cancels out, and it's all down towards ERS and probably trying to get past in the tighter corners. For example, here, Johan Emberg's trying to get down the inside of Kreisix. Oh, he thought about it. And then probably thought, you know what, I probably got a better chance in a few corners' time as we head onto the penultimate lap. Johan Emberg still pressurizing Kreisix. Was Kreisix still pressurizing? Is that Johan Emberg on the inside of the final corner? Yes, it is. No space there, sorry, Jim.
No.
You're tucked behind Kreisix for the time being.
As he'll be trying to get it into turn 1 here. But is he a bit too far back? Yes, he is. He won't be able to get it. So he'll slot in behind and try to set up a new move on this last lap of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, turn 1 and turn 2 are too high speed to challenge a dive bomb, a Danny Rick dive bomb like into that complex of corners. So it's all down to the chicane on the Mistral straight, the final lap of this Grand Prix. Kane comfortably ahead of Ryzen, but Ryzen crucially within that DRS range, so he has DRS. Kreisix behind him has DRS. Johan Emberg has DRS 5, 6, and 7. Sauber, Renault, and Ferrari. And they go into the chicane in that order. As you know, they don't. Johan Emberg, look at that! What a move!
Yep, gets the
From
position of
Ferrari.
Kreisix up into 6th place now.
What a move from the Ferrari! I didn't see that coming.
No, he
Almost
came
audacious
from the...
dive bomb.
Yep, almost Danny Rick style.
Yep. As Danny Rick will be definitely happy with what he's seen. He's trying to get it right, and he's making his move in the last few
Gets
corners.
it.
Does he get it? Yes, he has. As we're coming on to the start-finish straight, Zerdai comes across. He is winning the French Grand Prix.
As Zerd comes in 2nd.
Kreisix just had a Ryzen now.
Yep.
Ryzen has tumbled down the field. His tyres have had enough.
Yeah, as Robert is... Oh no, Kane is the last person on the podium, with Robert getting all the way down into 6th place.
6th place?
Yes,
Wow.
and Ryson in 4th, Johan Engbert in 5th, Return in 7th, Kreisix in 8th. Then we have Big Boss coming over the line here for 9th. And Hooper will be rounding out the points for this Grand Prix. And then Gamer Mode coming through the last corner now for 11th place. And then Mob in the other Mercedes gets 12th. Then the Red Bull of Eli at his home Grand Prix can only manage to get 11th actually
11th.
with the penalties.
Jumps up, yeah.
Yeah, And then we have in the end Richeby and Briank races to forget for the Toro Rossos as they finish in last and second to last place.
Wow, what a finish.
Yes,
I
what
thought it
a
was going to be
finish.
climactic, and Johan Emberg shows up at the last lap and passes 2 cars.
Yep, finishing off with a 5th place.
Finishing off with fireworks there.
Yep.
Here in Le Castellet.
Yeah.
Great introduction to the French Grand Prix here in AOR.
Having Serdar winning the Grand Prix on the second to last lap by overtaking Serd, which was really struggling on those very worn super soft tyres. Or sorry, soft tyres.
Yeah, unfortunately Zerd couldn't convert Poul to his first win of the season. He has to settle for second best.
Yep.
And he's already messaged me with an unhappy emoji, so he thought that was his race in the bag.
So to
So
go
I had
over
other thoughts.
the classifications with all the penalties in mind. Serdar first, Serd second, Kane third, Rysan fourth, Johan Engberg fifth, Robert sixth, Return seventh, Chrysix eighth, Big Boss in ninth, Hooper rounding off the points with 10th, then Eli in 11th, Gamer Mode in 12th, Marb in 13th, Richard in 14th, and Riank in 15th.
Don't forget me, I finished this
Well,
race.
no, you didn't. You didn't finish the race. You were trying to sneak into one of the cars. It is not allowed.
It was my secret plan to make sure Zerd didn't win. Nah, I'm joking. But yeah, look at the penalties.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Robert came off really bad there, as did Hooper, but Hooper had a bit of a gap between himself and Eli.
And Marb getting 18 seconds worth of penalties.
Ouch.
Yes, not something you want to see in this tight field, but still managing to get 13th. Moving up from 14th on the grid.
Returner's messaging me saying, I am so beep. So he's obviously not happy with how his race, we thought he could have a chance at the win.
Yes.
That's not how it transpires for the Haasman. He had to settle for 7th place. 8th place in the track, but thanks to penalties, he moves himself up the field a little bit. But yeah, Kane picked his first penalty. Podium, I should say, of the season.
Yep.
And Ryzen missing out.
Yeah, he got it all the way down from 11th position on the grid.
You talk about driver of the day. I think he deserves that driver. Making that soft to super soft strategy work to perfection, and he very well deservedly takes his first podium of the season with Johan Emberg doing the same thing. And if he had no penalties, he could have had a chance at that 3rd position, but not today for Johan.
No, as we will be back next week, same time with the same drivers, hopefully.
Hopefully you have a full grid.
Yeah, hopefully. But we will see you next week. Have a good one until then.
Good night.